What's up, guys? So in this video, I'm going to teach y'all how to set up dynamic product advertisements, or DPAs. Really the most basic kind of retargeting that you can do, but it's still super effective. So I mean, this is super important that y'all learn how to do this. So I'm going to walk you through it really quick. Basically, it all kind of starts with a product catalog. If y'all don't know where that is from your business manager, you're going to go over to where it says assets and click on product catalogs. Create a new product catalog as an e-commerce store, and you should get something like this. um, we're going to go ahead and add products, and you're going to see something like this. This is where a lot of people get confused. They're not sure how to import their products from Shopify. They don't know if they're supposed to be uploading a CSV or what. It's actually super easy, so I'm going to teach y'all how to do it right now. You're going to go over to apps on your Shopify backend, view the app store. You're going to look for this Facebook product feed by Flexify. It's a free app, 100% free to install. And basically it generates a product feed based on the products that are in your web or in your Shopify store. So all you really need to do to set up is copy this link that Flexify will make for you, and you're going to paste that. We're going to do a scheduled upload, and you're going to enter the feed URL. It's an RSS feed. That's what they want. It's going to upload right there. You're going to hit start upload. Usually it doesn't take more than a couple minutes, um, especially for a store that doesn't have a whole lot of products on it like ours does. So hopefully everything went well. Nice, there it is. As you can see, I tried to do it earlier, and I realized that it won't let you do this unless you've disabled the password on your products page. So I'm going to show you all really quick how to remove that if you have it on. You go to preferences under online store, and if you do have the password page enabled, it is right here. So you're gonna have to disable that before you go in and set up your product feed with Flexify. So once you have it set up, though, you're gonna notice that all the products that you uploaded are now gonna show up under this product catalog. Look at all these cool chandeliers we got. Nice. Um, so now we can go ahead, let me make sure that we have an event source. So when you associate an event source, you're basically choosing a pixel to associate with these products. So that basically it's so Facebook knows when someone makes like a view content trigger on a certain pixel, it knows which pixel to associate it with. So we're going to associate with our Urban Lumi pixel. And it's going to say they haven't received this event yet. That's just because we just now set it up. But give it a couple days and we'll have some events in here to look at. But right now what we can go ahead and do with this is go and set up our DPA ads. So from this side of things, we're going to go ahead, go in. No, not this account. I guess I could just show y'all. Actually, let me go over to Urban Lumi. And from here, I'll show y'all basically. I mean, I already talked about a lot of the campaign level stuff here, um, but we're going to be focusing on product catalog sales. That's how we're going to do our DPA. That's how we're going to do our retargeting, is using product catalog sales. So I'm just going to call it Urban Lumi DPAs. Just go ahead with that. So this, you'll notice that this ad set level looks a little bit different than a lot of the other ad set levels look. So with this, you can segment on whenever we were over in product catalogs. You can basically make segments that you can target, and specifically for DPA. So let's say, you know, on our website on Urban Lumi, we have chandeliers and we have pendants. So let's say we wanted to just retarget the chandelier people with a certain type of ad. That's how you would do that basically, is you would segment it from the product catalog page. But we're just gonna do the most basic setup, so we're just gonna do all products. I'm gonna show you all kind of some more stuff in that ad set level. So the audience is where you're gonna see the biggest difference. um, you're gonna want to use info from your pixel or your app. Obviously you could go back over to the broad audience stuff, but really DPAs are only really effective on people who have interacted with your store. So usually I change this all the way back to 30 days. If you want to keep it more recent, you can. But I usually just start with 30 days because it's a good place. Like I feel like people will still be interested even after that amount of time. Um, we're going to edit the placements. You don't really want the placement to be in the right column. You really don't need it in the audience network. Really, I focus on the Facebook feed and the Instagram feed. It's usually a little bit cheaper when you do it like that too. I set the budget to $100 a day. Honestly, it is not going to spend that much money. There's days where it might only spend a few cents, but this bidding is much more important than the bidding that you're doing with your $5 daily data testing. This is where you want to, what are you willing to pay basically to get a conversion? So you're going to want to, spend, upwards of, depending on what your margins are, upwards of $100 to $200 maybe. I don't think you would ever need to go over $100 personally. And usually when we change over to manual bidding, um, you're gonna see the biggest difference there too. But yeah, $100 daily is where I set it. Like I said, it's not going to spend that much because DPAs only retarget people who interacted with the pixel and set off certain things like add to carts. Um, it really might only spend $5 in a month, depending on what you're optimizing for. So we're not going to optimize for link clicks. We're going to optimize for a conversion event, specifically purchases. We want to basically um, make Facebook optimize these ads for getting a purchase on the site. We don't want to optimize for anything else. So obviously you could optimize for something like link clicks, but at this point we know the audience is interested enough. We want to go ahead and optimize for purchases. Um, with that being said, go ahead and leave it on automatic bid at first. If you finally get some data and figure out what kind of like your margins are, you can change it to manual bidding. Um, but I usually leave it on automatic at first just because it kind of allows you to gauge what the market's like, what people are bidding on in these types of auctions. So yeah, you can go ahead and continue from there, and this is where you're going to see some cool stuff from the ad level as well. So you'll only see two options here: a carousel or single image. Um, the reason there's only those two is because obviously look how it shows up. Basically, it's pulling from your product catalog, so it can't really be a video. It needs to be either a carousel of products or a single image of products. Typically, I do the carousel. I think it looks better in the product or in the Facebook feed. Um, so yeah, I mean personally, I think it just looks better. Um, and then you're gonna go ahead and see some options on this side. Uh, I always kind of add a price overlay. I think it helps out a little bit. If you have like a strike through price set on the website, we might have one set up here. Um, that appearance, we'll see. But for this to work, basically you have to have a was this price, now this price set up on the product specifically. But if you have that set up, you can go ahead and do a strike through price. I guess we didn't set it up on that yet, so I'll just leave it as a regular price. And you can enter the URL here for your, typically I just do the product page or the home page. And the text, and this is what is really kind of cool, is it's dynamic. So really, you can type something super generic like, hey there, we noticed you like the whatever product name. This basically lets you reference things based on what they were looking at. So see how I said we noticed you'd like the product name from here. Basically, it realized that the person we're retargeting was looking at this, the tree branch chandelier. So when I say, hey there, we noticed you like the product name, it actually replaced it with the product name that they were looking at. You can do the same thing with price. You can do the same thing with description. This tool really is just insanely cool because it lets you be super specific and kind of in a creepy way, from a user standpoint, but still really effective at retargeting people too, especially if you say something funny, catch their attention with it, or offer something like a coupon code if you want to, of like 5% off. Um, and basically that is in a nutshell how to set up DPAs. Um, Really, these are something that you can leave on autopilot, but I recommend having them set up with at the same time that you set up all your other campaigns. DPAs are just as important. I would say probably 8 out of 10 times that we get a conversion, it comes from retargeting. So retargeting is important. Set up DPAs. It's really easy to do, and really, yeah, that's in a nutshell how to do it. So I'll see y'all in the next video. We're going to be talking about researching some good ads, and basically setting up those foundations that we talked about earlier. So I'm going to show y'all some examples and walk you through those. So I'll see y'all there.